Let me ask you something. How many hours did you work last week, and how much closer did it actually get you to freedom? We've been sold a lie, a dangerous one, and that is if you just hustle harder, grind longer, wake up earlier, and stay up later, you'll eventually break through. But let me tell you the truth, because that was my philosophy. The harder you grind, the deeper that you dig your own trap, and it's nearly impossible to get out of until you become aware of it. So I used to think I was winning. Revenue was up, sales were strong, but my wife pulled me aside one night and she said, "You're here, but you're not really here." And that's when it hit home. I'd built a business that depends on me, and I was suffocating inside of it. When I was stuck, and maybe you are too, it's something that I call the false progress trap. It feels like you're making progress. It really does. You're busy all day. You feel good about being busy and being productive. You're putting out fires. You're the one kind of handling everything that comes your way. You are in motion constantly. That's how I was. But you're not moving forward, actually. When you look at the bottom line, you're actually just spinning in place. You're exchanging time for tasks, not freedom for impact. So here's the twist that most people miss. False progress isn't just a time problem, it's an identity problem. If your worth is tied to being the hero, the one that solves all the problems, you're the one who solves every issue, the one who answers every message, and you feel like Superman, Superwoman, you sabotage anything that tries to free you. And you stay stuck in that identity, and that's something that we gotta break. So here's what's happening inside of your brain. You're stuck in what I call the cortisol dopamine loop. So cortisol makes you feel stress from the fires in the business. You're stressed out and you're like, I need to do something, and you're working, 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 and then you solve it, and then boom, you get a dopamine hit, almost like this feeling of accomplishment and success. Then you look for more problems subconsciously to feed it all over again. It's just like this vicious loop, and it's addicting, but it's a cycle, and it's a short-term hit that destroys long-term vision, and you don't want to get stuck here. So how do you break out of it? So you want to start with something what I call the Freedom Audit. It's a 20-minute exercise that I give to each founder, every founder that I coach, and you list every task that you do for say 3 to 5 days, and you can go back a few weeks or you can keep it as short as you want. But the truth is, you want to identify what you're doing. You want it to be an accurate representation of where your time's being spent. And so you want to rate each task on 3 levels. Level one is a dollar per hour value. For example, let's say if just go with $100 an hour. Would you pay someone $100 an hour to do this one certain task? Number two is energy drain versus energy lift. Does it fuel you or does it drain you? You want to be doing things that fuels you, that lifts your spirit, that keeps you on those higher level tasks, like casting vision for your company and doing only the things that you can do. Now, is this something, this task, and from the Freedom Audit, can it be eliminated? Can it be automated? Can it be delegated? That's the best way that I know that I've put into practice on how to lighten my load so that I can cast vision on my company and focus on higher revenue things that I'm great at that not too many other people can do. Just like there's certain things that you can do that not anybody else on your team can do, because you're the owner, you're the founder, you're the one with the vision. Most founders, once they take this audit, it's quite eye-opening. You're spending 40 to 60% of your week, if not more, in pure noise. When I did my own audit, I realized I was only spending, I'd say 7-8% of my work week in big vision stuff. And after the audit, I'm probably pushing, I don't know, close to 100% at this point, maybe between 80 and 100%. Um, you have to be self-disciplined, because once you see this, you can't unsee it, and you will become obsessed on how to make everything fit into this model. Because once you experience a little bit of this taste of freedom, you're going to want more and more. So you don't get freedom by chasing it, you get there by design. And it all starts with recognizing that grinding harder is not going to make you rich. Designing better will. And there is a season for grinding. Maybe that's at the very beginning, but as soon as you're able to, you need to get out of that zone, because you will be stuck there forever. And like I said earlier, you are addicted, us founders, we're addicted to being problem solvers. And that gives us a little spike of dopamine, but that doesn't really move the needle. So if you are tired of being stuck in the grind like I was, I wrote a book. It's going to walk you through the exact steps that I use to reclaim my time without sacrificing revenue, without sacrificing my sanity, and it actually improved my life, my personal life with my family, with my son. And it's called the Buyback Time Formula. And I will ship you a copy. The copy is free. All I ask is that you cover the shipping costs, but the book itself is free. It's a physical book. You open it up, read through it, highlight it, mark it up, tear it up, utilize it. It's going to be a book that you go back to over and over and over again as you implement these strategies. And I just touched the tip of the surface here, but this was my path to true freedom. This was my path to creating other businesses. I have a 7-figure land business that I do on the side, and I implemented all these strategies that are in this book so that I only work, I'd say, an hour a day. Sometimes I don't even work that day, but it's a 7-figure land business, and my expertise, my zone of genius is in the relationships, is in the analysis of the properties and capital allocation. Outside of that, I've got somebody pulling leads, doing the actual comps on the property to see if it's worth pursuing, getting the contracts. And so I'm literally spoon fed, I should say, these contracts that I set up using these principles. And when you buy back time, you can use that time for a multitude of things. I use it for spending time with my family and then starting other side businesses. So, like I said, this book, Buyback Time Formula, I'll ship it to you. It's a free book, just cover shipping. Help me cover that part, but you're going to get it free. Tear it up, make it yours. The link is in the description below. Go grab it now and stop being the bottleneck in your business, and I'll see you on the inside.